Nick. It is awesome to have you here. And if you want to, if you could, I mean, everyone knows you, but still, if you could just introduce yourself real quick before we get going, that would be great, Nick.
Yeah. Hey, Michael, thank you for having me today. I'm Nick Adkins. I'm the co-founder at Pinksocks Life, which is a global movement about spreading love and kindness. And I'm grateful to be here to share some of that story and share space with some heart speak with Michael today. So, yeah.
So how are we doing that today? I mean, I just feel like we are in a world where, gosh, we need some more love. There needs to be like, give me all the love. I mean, I just know. So anyway.
Well, I believe that the way we do that is by saying it's already here. You know, instead of saying, well, I wish this thing existed. I wish there was more love and kindness in the world. I wish people were, you know, nicer to each other. I wish people, you know, practice empathy and compassion and cooperation and all these wonderful things that we need to do as humans. Instead of saying, well, I wish that were the case, let's be grateful for those occasions when it is happening. Because if we keep focusing on, oh, I wish this thing, you know, we need more of this, well, that keeps us trapped, keeps us stuck in this thing of thinking that something that's going to make us happy or better, this thing is in the future, and the future doesn't exist. The only thing that exists is right now. So, you know, happiness and kindness and love and compassion, empathy, and all these things, they're in the now. You know, if we keep chasing them out into the future, they don't exist. The future doesn't exist. So we have to bring it in to right now and say, I'm grateful for you showing up, Michael, every day, every now, right now, with kindness and compassion and love and empathy. You know, but there's a lot of forces, strong forces, wanting us not to focus on the now. There's a lot of forces focusing on the past and focusing on the future. What's in the past is regret. What's in the future is fear. What's in the now, right now, is love. And that's what we have to focus on. No matter what the fire hose of social media and the news and these other forces that are doing their best to distract us from what we know to be true right now, you and I. It's good to see you, even though this is, you know, virtual, even though this is across the, you know, the vortex, we're sharing space in something that's real right now. And, you know, we have to come up with some kind of way to authenticate that we're not actually AI, you know, that we're not two avatars having a Zoom call.
No, you're right.
So
I'm so glad we were able to connect last week about a butterfly dancing around, a butterfly dancing around in your backyard.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that butterfly, you know, is the metaphor for the now. Watching her, you know, feed on this beautiful pink flower. I call it the butterfly trap because all the butterflies are flying into it. You know, that's what's real. Those moments of now, you know, just taking your shoes and socks off and going out and put your feet in the sand or on your toes in the grass or the dirt or stand in the mud or just feel that connection with the earth and be grateful. Be grateful. It's so much to be grateful for, you know, that we're healthy. That's a number. You know, it's right at the top of that list, man. We, you know, so much gratitude and talking to you from here versus a hospital bed, right?
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, I routinely say, you know, at least I try to in my post and talking to people in real life, is what we focus on, right? What we focus on is what we see. Yeah, it's good to see you. It's good to see you, Michael, right? And so the lens that we look through will determine how we see things. So the encouragement is to see through the lens of love and kindness, see through that lens of each other's heart. sharing space with each other. I'm actually sharing space with myself, and you're sharing space with yourself, and we're doing that together. But what we really see in each other is, I see the goodness in me and you see the goodness in you. And we're just reflecting this back and forth, off this mirror. Not this mirror, because this mirror is the black mirror, right? This mirror shows us stuff that's not really true, not really authentic. This right here, yeah? It's just like the label on the back of the pink socks. The instructions, if you will, are on the back label. It talks about, you're going to make connections every time you wear these. Someone's going to comment, say, hey, those are cool, those are fun, that's funky. That's the universe tapping you on the shoulder, saying, stop what you're doing, put your phone down, stay on the train another stop, and say these words. It's good to see you. It's good to see you. And in a world of algorithms and AI and deep fakes and all of these things, this power of connection, true, authentic connection, is what we have to lean into and what we have to celebrate and foster and grow and love and nurture and all those things. And I'm grateful for you doing that in every now. And I've, seen some of your podcast and your audience and the demographic that your heart speaks to across this healthcare continuum, right? Which seems to always be a little bit stressful and chaotic. There's so much good in that community. There's so much right in that, so much positive, so much that's, but yeah, this doesn't mean there aren't things that could be better, right? That we can change. I think you and I, we talked the other day, and I shared a story that I'd like to share again, if I may, the crap in the cone story. And I really, I got this story from a friend of mine named John Sten, who lives out in San Diego. And he told this story just a long time ago, and I've borrowed it through the years. And it goes like this. And every now we're standing, every now, all of us, Michael, and every now we're standing with one foot, standing in a pile of dog crap. Oh, look at my crap. It smells so bad. Oh, my crap, it smells worse than your crap. Oh. And in one hand, we're holding an ice cream cone. Oh, look at this cone. I'm growing flowers in my gardens. I've got butterflies that I watch. I'm having dinner with friends. People are falling in love. Do you know there's a room in my house that has a hole in the wall and water comes out and I get to get clean? There's so much cone. Oh, look at this crap. Oh, God. And every now, one foot into crap, holding an ice cream cone. Those coexist. What we have to do is choose what we want to focus on, crap or cone. And you and I both, we're old enough, we've got those friends we've had to kind of, let go maybe, because all they want to do is talk about the crap. Like, dude, I've heard about your crap for the last 30 years. Please focus on the cone. Focus on what's right in your life, what's positive, be grateful. And that's really the calling, for our now, right now, each now. And it's certainly not where a lot of energy and money and algorithms are being thrown in. It's the attention on those platforms is to focus on the crap. Crap. It's all crap. The whole world's crap. Oh my God, everybody's Stop already. Stop. Focus on what you can be grateful for. Like you and I the other day, for me, it was just watching the butterflies. I'm grateful for that. So much cone. Yeah. But yeah, let me tell you, that day was no different than today. There's a ton of crap coming through. Maybe the best thing that would happen is someone would turn the internet off for a while.
To the mission. Let's turn the internet off.
Just flip the switch off for a while. Come on, just forget it. Yeah.
Or a day.
Or a day. Or a week. Yeah, or longer. You know, we made it before then, didn't we? Here we are. Yeah. I do love, you know, looking at like some of the Instagram posts or whatnot of you know, our generation, or maybe I'm a little older than you. I think I look a little older than you. But you know, we survived. You know, we didn't wear helmets. I was out jumping plywood ramps and over, you know, trash cans like I was Evel Knievel. You know, we're drinking water from the hose. You know, all the things. I mean, and you know, hey, we survived. And here we are. I mean, we did okay. You know, we used to go to concerts and things and actually talk to each other and dance and enjoy the music. Now everybody's, you know, I'm like, there'll be a professional video of this online that you can watch later. You don't have to be the photographer for this event. You should just sit with it and enjoy it and dance and let the music flow through you. But oh my goodness, it's just, whew.
There's a lot of power in what you're saying. You know?
Well, hey, we made it this far, Michael. So congratulations, and let's just keep going.
Well, Nick, I'm glad you're here. We figured out the internet is still working.
Yeah.
So we're here. And is there anything that you would like to share more while we're here together?
Oh man, I'm just grateful that this Pinksocks thing happened. The Pinksocks movement. This is our 10th year. In April, we celebrate our 10th birthday. There's people all over the world, like yourself, who have these pink socks, who show up in beautiful ways in each now, right? And so the puzzle piece represents the power of connection. Pink socks connecting people, one smile at a time, one connection at a time, one pair of pink socks at a time. So I'm grateful for all of the people all around the world that keep showing up in these day after day. They keep gifting these to each other and spreading that message of a very simple, you know, just the label on, it has a little sticker that comes with it. You know, it's love more. That's it. Love more.
And 300,000, right?
Yeah, we've gifted over 300,000 pairs at this point, and that doesn't count, you know, all of the gear, right? So, I mean, a countless number of stickers and lapel pins, and there's been ties and hair scrunchies and hoodies and T-shirts and cupcakes and cakes, and it'd be just stuff that's been sourced around the world, because none of this is, you know, this message, that's not copyrighted. A mustache, that's not copyrighted. So it's all open source, and we've encouraged people throughout the years to have fun with it. Yeah, source it, go get it, man. You know, whatever works, get out there and spread the message.
And what I love about it is it's timeless. It transcends, like you, Nick, because a lot of times we're all at these events, wherever it be, and we're at that dive bar or however it be, and you're not even there, and we're all surrounding the connection and the community and the people. It is something remarkable, you know, for the little that I've experienced, and just trying to figure out like what this is, and the little I can know from my experience is, I think in us as humans, we want something more, and there's this real gravitation to what this is, the pink socks, and this expression that I think when it's all said and done, you know, there's this receptivity that transcends, you know, so many different people and backgrounds, you know, and I see you're very much involved in schools now. And so anyway, I'm glad to have you here right now, you know.
I'm glad to be here, you know, and I think of all the people, you know, that I've been grateful to share space with in real life through those years, and you know, it's a long list, and we both, you know, they're friends of both of ours. I mean, and people like, you know, Colin Hung, and you know, and Linda Stotsky, and all the Joys, you know, Joy Rios, and all the Graces, and you know, Grace Fenn and Grace Cordova, Rasu, Andrew. I mean, just this list of these people that have, contagious energy, contagious, infectious smiles. And so when you go to a Pinksocks meetup, as I know you've been, it's a bunch of happy, fun, smiley people wearing their pink socks who like to give hugs, and nobody's a douchebag and nobody's really talking about business. They're just talking about how good it is to see each other in real life again and to share space. Mm-hmm. And that's really what it's all about, man, mm-hmm. is just a bunch of like-minded people connecting. I mean, it's that, like attracts like, law of the universe thing. And the community, the Pinksocks tribe has grown through the years because of, people gifting these pink socks along the way. And it's pretty simple. We've tried to say from the beginning, they're not swag. It's not something you get in, your attendee bag or at your seat. And again, this is all part of the instructions on the back is, and I tell people, they're like, hey, I've never gifted pink socks before, but I want to get some and I want to go gift them. And I'm going to if I get the chance to contact those people directly or they're directing, with me, I say, look, let me just give you some really good advice. Don't go up to someone and just go, hey, I'd like to give you these. That's not how it works. The person that you're going to gift these pink socks to, they're going to come to you. That's where your pink socks are going to go. Someone's going to see yours or they're going to see your sticker and they're going to say, hey, that's cool. What is that? That's the person. Mm-hmm. And you say, hey, I'm Michael. What's your name? And they say, hey, well, listen, it's good to see you. I actually got something for you. Reach in your bag and then you give them their pink socks. Boom. That's how you get pink socks. And if you got an extra pair in your bag, you say, hey, look, these are for you. And I want you to take an extra pair and I want you to gift these. I just gifted these to you. And this thing has just been going on and on and on. So over 10 years now, literally all around the world. And so when when things grow like that by these authentic connections, well, what has happened? You've gifted someone a token of a moment, and a remembrance of a now connection that they once upon a time, I was in the airport in Denver and I ran into this guy named Michael who had the most beautifully shaved head and he was wearing these pink socks and I went over and commented on him and he smiled and he laughed and he just said, hey, what's your name? And I told him, I said, well, my name's Nick. And he goes, hey, Nick, it's good to see you. And then he reached into his bag and he gifted me these and it blew my mind and it really changed my day and it probably changed my world. And that's how it's grown. And so the community is a bunch of nice people. It doesn't really, you're not attracting people who go, what the fuck? Why are you wearing pink socks? Those, and in healthcare, man, that's kind of how we started. And you see how, whether it's a startup or whether it's a large, household name healthcare company, those folks from the C-suite down, you see people in pink socks. Mm-hmm. And when Andrew and I first gave away pink socks back in 2015 at HIMSS in Chicago that year, we didn't really have a plan, but in retrospect, we were able to look at, here we are with these startup guys and just trying to get on the radar screen of, some people that could possibly use, what we built. And, there were people that would come by and see, two guys in pink socks, they'd roll their eyes and they'd keep walking. And Andrew and I would look at each other and go, well, hey, we're really grateful because those are people we don't want to work with anyway. So we're glad that they just qualified themselves, that they just showed themselves. That's not someone we want to work with. And all the people who were attracted and who continue to attract, and throughout all the startup communities in healthcare that kept this thing kept ripple affecting and growing, is you found a community of people that wanted to work together, of people, people that were showing up with love and kindness and compassion, who wanted to listen to, the patient voice, who wanted to talk about quality, who wanted to talk about, not making it such, a capitalistic exercise. And so you see all the people in the Pinksocks tribe now, especially in healthcare. These are the people that are making the difference, inside a capitalistic model. Yes. But these are the people that are driving the conversation and driving the action to make a difference so that we each show up as humans, right? It's not doctors versus patients. It's not even, payer versus patient. It's not, the company versus, we're all in this together. It's given enough time on the timeline here, Michael, if we stay in the game, you and I are going to end up in a hospital. Mm-hmm. We're going to get sick and then we're going to die. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And so we're all going to be part of the system at some point. And so, everyone has a healthcare story. Everyone, and it doesn't matter whether that person is coming from which side of the bed they're coming from, which side of the office they're coming from. At the end of that story, or somewhere in the middle of that story, you catch on really quick that it doesn't matter where you are on the org chart or what your title is. We're human. Mm-hmm. And in that connection, in that empathy, in that compassion is where we find our humanity. Is where we see each other, right? That we're not just objects, that we're not divided, that we're all part of this one thing. And I'm grateful for all the Pinksocks people we know. Yeah. And all the Pinksocks people we see out there on social media at all the different healthcare conferences, and who are showing up each day to make a difference. I mean, it's a beautiful thing, right? So if you need something to focus on, go focus on those people. Don't focus on whatever.
No, I love that, because what I was hearing, everything you were saying, I was hearing healing and heart with the empathy of what you've started and what this is really, it's healing. It's in the profession of healing, and it's that alignment that's really a beautiful thing. Well,
listen, thank you, but it's, Andrew and I may have accidentally started this thing in 2015, but I tell people, you're the one wearing the pink socks now. Mm-hmm. You're the one making connections when you wear your pink socks, not me. It's not Andrew. It's not even the person who gifted you your pink socks. It's about you. You're out there now. People are connecting with you. And now you've got a choice to how you're going to interact in each of those moments, what you're going to do with the magic of that connection. It's so, it's about you. It's about everybody that's wearing a pair of pink socks today or has a sticker on their water bottle or their computer or whatever. It's about them. It's about us, right? It's about all of us. It's about you. It's about me. It's about, we're all in this thing together. That's the puzzle piece. We're all connected. It's one big puzzle. We're all just a bunch of little puzzle pieces that put together one big puzzle of humanity. Yeah. It's a beautiful puzzle.
Well, man, Nick, I'm glad that somehow it worked out that we could do this today. Is there anything else? Because I am just still, as much as I'm just really mesmerized by what is just such a, yes, I have pink socks. I got more than pink socks. I need to give more, and it helps me to remind me that this is a living, breathing, community. And I feel really inspired by having you on, because it's way more than socks, and I still don't fully get it. I feel like I'm new. I'm trying to just understand this, but there's something going on here. That's all I'll say.
Well, I would tell you that, to try to kind of finish the last tangent I was on just then is it's really not about the Pinksocks. It's about you. Once upon a time, it was about the Pinksocks. You know, the first few times you wear these and you have fun with them and you give some and you make these connections. And the more of those you do, the easier they become. The easier it is for you to talk to that person in line at the post office who's losing their shit, right? Because I find the post offices are a great time to a meditation and patience. Or line at the grocery store or on a bus or on the plane. Just those moments of connection, the more you have those, the more you allow yourself to share space with someone, to see someone in that now, you will come to realize what it's really all about. And it's about you. It always has been about you. And so these are just a tool to help you come into your true authentic self, which we're all part of this. All of us, all humans, it's hardwired in our DNA. It's back here in our brainstem. We crave connection, true connection, not connectivity. This is connectivity. This is connection, especially in real life connection that you'll share with this. We all want that. We all need it. We crave it. We seek it out. And when it shows up, so many times we miss it because what are we doing? We don't look up from this.
So you're getting on a real deep human need. It's not about...
It's a shared, we all share this. So put this down and really connect with someone. Say hello. Have a conversation. Michael, through the years, I just, so many stories and I'll give someone a pair of Pinksocks, and I hear this from other people too, and you'll experience this, is you'll gift them their pair of Pinksocks, or you'll have that conversation about what the sticker is, what does that mean to you? It means we should all get along, love more. The person a lot of times will say, hey, do you have a minute? Bingo. That's it. Yes, I have a minute. I've got 10 minutes. I got 30 minutes. I got an hour. I got some chairs, and I got some soccer chairs in the car I can pull out. We just sit out here in the parking lot and just talk. And those stories of heart speak that you'll share space with, that you're listened to, that your heart will feel their heart speaking. There are so many times stories of pain and loss, death, addiction, sadness, grief. They're very rarely happy stories, but they're stories of the human condition and stories of us. And you will change someone's life by sharing space with their story. And in the process, you'll change your own life. And that's really the magic of it. Yeah. And
so where were you? Where were you when you finally started realizing this thing that you were part of? Like obviously you started way back, but here you are now.
Yeah. So we first started giving away Pinksocks in 2015. I think there's an origin story on our website, pinksocks.life. If you dig around deep enough, you drill down, and there's the OG backstory. There's a TEDx talk at the bottom of the thing. But anyway, if you dig deep enough, it's in there. So that was 2015. For me, I think really, I didn't really get it, like, oh, wow, this thing has become something. Until 2016. And I was at, there was a conference. I wish it would come back. Maybe it will. It was called MedX at Stanford. And it was all, it was patient led. I mean, all the speakers were patients. It wasn't a pitch fest. It wasn't, opportunity for all the, the CEOs and stuff to come, talk. And, it was patience. I mean, the whole conference was patient stories over and over and over. And I'd taken some Pinksocks there. There was people that were already in the Pinksocks tribe that I was meeting for the first time there. We were giving out socks that they could give away. And this gentleman, again, this is 2016. So, we weren't wearing masks yet, it was pre-COVID. And a gentleman came up to me between talks and he was wearing a mask. And behind his mask, he asked, he goes, I really like, the Pinksocks thing. And I gave him some, and he goes, do you have a minute? I'm like, sure. His name was John. And he begins to tell me his story of the reason he's wearing the mask is because he's a bilateral lung transplant. And both lobes of his lungs were donated to him. And he was, I guess, John, maybe close to my age. I'm about 100, so he's probably a little younger. But this was really kind of the first moment of like, oh, wow, this ain't all fun and games, And he says, he tells me the story about how he received his lungs, his new lungs, that they were a gift, that he had been on an organ donor list, a transplant list. I mean, Stanford, come on, one of the best in the country. He had been on this list, and he didn't think he was going to make it. He was running out of time, right? And on January the 1st, he got a call from his transplant surgeon saying, it's time. You need to get to the hospital. We found a donor. And that his donor was his donor who gifted him his new lungs, his life, right, was an 18-year-old who died in a car crash on New Year's Eve, celebrating a new year, young life, most tragically lost his. And it's through that gift that I was standing there holding space with John's heart speak. That's the moment I knew, there's power in connection. These Pinksocks are more than just a bunch of people having fun on Twitter and showing up at conferences. So yeah, that's the moment I knew. It's 2016 at MedX. So I'm grateful for John and his life and his love and the gift that he received and the gift that he shared with me of sharing that story. So yeah.
I don't know where you go from there. That's just, wow.
Hey, you asked.
Yeah. Be careful what you ask for.
Oh, wow. Man. I know. Oh, but yeah. But there have been a lot of stories through the years. I'm sure it's faced with a lot of stories that have been so awesome, but that would have been the first one. That was the very first moment I knew that this was something special, that it was a gift. And it was a gift that we were going to work very hard at honoring, keeping safe, being grateful for it, and letting it mean whatever it needs to mean to everyone. So instead of saying, this is what it is, we just said, look, what does it mean to you? Because that's really what it means. And so, the world is full of good. When you believe it, you see it. Keep doing that. That's also on the van. People see this and they say, well, what does that mean? I said, what does it mean to you? And they'll look at it and they'll read it and they'll go, that we need to be kind to each other. That's exactly what it means. Whatever their answer is the answer.
Mhm.
It's not up for me or Andrew or anyone out there, throughout Pinksocks land to tell you, define what this is. Your meaning is the meaning.
Yeah.
And so keep sharing that. And
I just know I feel like I'm so slow to get things. I think this is part of our society, our culture. So I really appreciate like sitting with you, spending time with you, like really like what this is about. And you've given us here different scenarios to because it's like duh, oh okay, it's not about socks, it's way more, it's not just about socks. So anyway, I
there's a
yeah.
you're welcome. And hey, thank you for letting me share it. And also on the website, there's a blog post that's not too far back that from Bert Rosen that Bert wrote probably back in 2017 or so. Bert Rosen of Portland, Oregon. And it's what does Pinksocks mean? And he was writing it from the perspective of a healthcare marketeer at the time, and seeing what was happening in the community. Like people are like, what is it about? What is it about? He wrote a really nice blog on that. I'll try to, I'll send you the link. I don't know if when you publish this that
Yeah.
you put links to whatever.
No, absolutely. And I just
Bert
but
wrote a
I
perfect little blog about that. So
but still just reading it, I feel like also it's just like here spending time with you in real time, this moment of not being hurried, not being rushed. And I really also appreciate that we were able to catch up prior last week.
yeah,
It's sort of a rhythm. It's sort of like if we don't take that intentionality to like you can still just talk but you're not connecting. So to me it's and I feel like we're hurried, I got to do this, I got to do that. It's a space, it's beyond anyway. So
yeah.
I feel like I'm much more understanding of Pinksocks today. I think it's and each of us are coming at it from a different
Mhm.
place, but I feel like all of us really need this immensely in our life, in our relations, and how we interact with people, and how much to me it's this also I kept on hearing or feeling the need to heal, like heal ourselves and to be healed, and how you do that. And I think what you've done in a beautiful way is you've left it so open, so open-ended.
Well, you know, it's hard to, not talk about the elephant in the room. And so the way I'm going to talk about that elephant is this. And I've said this for years, from stages, one-on-one, at a gas station, online at the post office, is, Michael, we cannot we cannot control governments and politics. But what we can control, what you and I can control, what each of us, what everyone who is listening to this, watching this right now, reading it, what every one of us can do is we can control how we interact with each other, how we show up in each now, how we connect with each other, we smile with each other, one pair of pink socks at a time. This is what we control, one interaction at a time, one connection at a time, one smile at a time. Showing up with love, kindness, compassion, empathy, all those things. Listening, really hearing their heart speak, feeling that, sharing space with each other, one person at a time, regardless of what's happening, the noise around us. That's how we change the world, Michael. One at a time. One at a time. So you keep doing that. And I'm going to keep doing that. We're all going to keep doing this. Yeah. What are we going to do? We're going to love more. We're going to stay focused on the cone. Yeah, that crap's still down there. It always will be. I'll step in a new pile tomorrow. Doesn't matter. Still got this. So much to stay focused on. It's good to see you.
Well, Nick, thank you so much for just stopping in for a bit.
Yeah, it's good to see you. Are you going to be at Health and coming up? I think that's next month.
I don't think so. I know everyone, that's what they're asking right now. They're texting you, are you going to be, it's like, I don't think so. Maybe.
Well, if you go, stay tuned. There'll be a Pinksocks meetup.
Yeah.
We'll get that posted on LinkedIn and Instagram and when and where that's going to be. So, everybody's ready everybody's ready to hug each other. So let's go.
But now hearing that, now I feel this big pink sock FOMO. So maybe now I'll go. So
well, I don't know if I'm going. I'm like trying to I want to go get some hugs. I see all the people who definitely said, I'm already going to be in Vegas. People are reaching out to me. Are you going to be there? Like, oh, I don't know. I was like, man, I could definitely use some hugs.
Yeah. So. Well, is there anything else as we're kind of wrapping up, Nick, that you'd like to share? I mean, we're here because of everything, what you're doing.
I'll give you some really just awesome news. Personal news is I'm a grandfather now. So I have two children. I have a daughter and a son. And my daughter gave birth to a little boy in June. And my son, they're expecting their first child, a little girl, in December. So I'm about to have two grandbabies. I've got a beautiful little grandbaby boy now. And so it's official. I am Grandpa Raver. It happened.
Wow. That's awesome.
Yeah. So yeah, baby pictures are the best. Looking at my grandson's pictures and videos that my daughter sends me every day is way better than doom scrolling, right? Mm-hmm. So, and I'll text her and say, send me more pictures.
Wow, that's awesome. That's
I'm grateful for that. No, I never saw myself as, making it this far, or, being a granddad so it's fun. So. Yeah.
All right. Well, anything else? I mean, nothing tops that. So
I know. I don't know. So
cool.
It's really good to see you, and I'm grateful that we got to share some time last week, just connecting. Yeah. And I encourage people to do that. More of that. It's like I have this thing that I started doing years ago. Is if someone comes into my mind, if they are, if I'm just out of nowhere, all of a sudden I think of, Bert Rosen comes into my mind, or, you come in my mind, whoever, I stop what I'm doing in that moment right then. And I send them a message and I say, hey, I just want to know I love you. Boom.
Wow.
Boom. And I always listen to that. And that will come back. They'll, hey, do you have time for a call? Of course I do. Yeah. And so now we connect. Right. And so it's always, so those moments of when someone comes into your energy, your heart, listen to that and just say, hey, I just want you to know I was thinking about you, checking in on you. Hope everything's going great. Because dude, social media stuff and, tagging somebody in a thing, sending it to them in a DM, that's not, no, get connected like real people, like friends, like, we know how to do this. So just, somebody comes into your mind, your heart, listen, reach out to them. The more of that we do for each other, the more we remind ourselves that we're connected, we're all listening together, the better. Yeah. So stay connected with the people you love. Yeah. Because they love you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Nick. This has been great. Such a wonderful experience.
Yeah. So good to see you. Yeah. And you reach out anytime. So,
Yeah.
and likewise, I'll do the same. So it's good.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it. And like right back to you. I just and man, now I'm thinking, geez, we got to get to health. You know, we got to share that
I know.
real community. So
I know. I hope I can get there too. So,
yeah,
but
cool.
if we don't,
All right.
we'll live vicariously through Colin and Grace and John and Joy and all the people that will show up. So we'll.
Yeah. All right. Well, you take care. And until next time, I'll put this out. We're wrapping it up. So I really appreciate you coming on, Nick.
All right, brother.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good to see you.
Yeah, you too.